Canadian Bulldog here for Wrestling Merchandise and Memories, merchandiseandmemories.com. And this week for Bulldog's Unboxings, we're going to look at a figure that I already have a few different incarnations of, but not this one. Not anything like close to this one. So we're going to take a look at The Rock. And this is an Elite Flashback. It says it's from Series 47B, which I'm going to have to check on that, what the story was. Were there two different Elite 47s back in the day? This was before I was a very frequent collector of the Mattel figures, so I'm not entirely sure. But just to show you how old this one is. So the other figures in the series, Kane, who was still, I think, the active roster at that point. Brian Pillman, obviously a flashback figure. Gold Dust, probably a flashback figure as well. And then the current stars in this are Connor and Victor of the Ascension. And we'll get into this a little bit more here, but it's a bit of a diorama where if you get all the figures, you can have a steel cage backdrop, I guess. Diorama, that's what they're saying here. So anyways, let's take a look at what we've got. So here's the deal with this Rock figure. The only Mattel Rock I have is like from WrestleMania 20 or something like that. So you'd already kind of gone to Hollywood and he had a shaved head and the goatee, and it's not vintage Rock to me. So I'm gonna try and open this the packaging is not great, I'll be honest. And I guess it shows you how to put together the diorama there, which is fine, whatever. I did not get this figure for 1/8 of the diorama, but we'll take a look at it. The reason that I got this Rock figure, I struggle to free him from this vintage plastic here, is because this is definitely more classic Rock to me. You know, I don't know if I'd pose him with the shirt necessarily, but it's got the elbow pads, got the Brahma Bull trunks. And I've actually, the very first Rock figure I ever collected was a Jakks Pacific one. It was a 2-pack with him and Owen Hart. And it actually looks quite a bit like this. Maybe he had a more cartoonish eye. That's the only thing I remember. But this is, so as soon as I saw this, it's like, oh my God, that's the Too Tough Rock from Jakks. Like, this is the one I want, because it's just, like I said, I look at this, I think of The Rock. In terms of the likeness, it's quite good for his appearance at the time. Basic, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Like he's just got the Brahma Bull. Let's see. He's got the Brahma Bull tattoo, which you may or may not be able to see there as I focus in on it. But he doesn't have the entire sleeve, like the tribal tattoo that he'd have now. Just trust me on that. I'm not going to take the shirt off yet. And then I like the detail of the boots. Like Rock has very unique boots where they're sort of cut under the calf there. So he's got that. He's got the knee pad. And then just, you know, in terms of the face scan, it's you know, pretty classic Rock there. So you can't go wrong with this one. This is kind of an odd shelf I have here in my collection because it's 80s wrestlers as well as some all-time favorites. Like, you know, Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon and Kurt Angle and Triple H, and I don't know what Viscera is doing here, but I will show you here that this Rock just had to go. It's just not the best representation of the Great One, you know what I mean? So we're gonna put the new Rock here, the really old Rock, you know what I'm saying, right beside his rival Stone Cold if he doesn't fall over. May need to adjust that, but I think it looks good there. So yeah, The Rock is in his rightful place in our little wall of fame, and you've been watching Bulldog's Unboxings.